be brief and then open it up for questions. It was a tough weekend for us on the win-loss column, but I think we were able to learn some things about ourselves. I think our team has learned some things about us that's going to continue to allow us to build our program and continue to improve and get to the level that we want to be. Obviously, the schedule comes up with SDSU and USD as the last 4 games of the year, so awesome tests, great opportunities for us to continue to build, and like I said, get to where we want to be.
Approach this week, how do you address the women as you prepare for this final push? And again, another, as you said, really tough opponent.
Yeah, well, Beth, watching the games again several times from the weekend, the difference. In my opinion, the best of the best do the little things better than everybody else, not necessarily the big things. And there was missed box outs, missed assignments, some little things that don't necessarily go on the stat sheet that I thought was the difference in both of those basketball games on Friday, Saturday. SDSU is a championship caliber program. Not only are they talented and well coached, but they're just immersed in doing the little things right, and especially at big times in close games and late in the fourth quarter. USD is no different. So, like I said, it's going to be a great opportunity for us to maybe learn that lesson a little bit this week, see if we can tighten some things up in big situations this weekend, and like I said, make an improvement.
What do you think that difference was? I mean, your team has shown time and time again this year that they can do those little things right. Was this stars in their eyes, a big opponent? Was this, what do you think it was?
Well, I don't know that we've done the little things great all year long. I think there's been some games, you shoot the ball well in a game, that makes up for a lot of things. You put the ball in the basket, nobody forgets the missed box out that you had the possession before. The difference is SDSU and USD make you pay for those mistakes almost regularly, and some other teams don't. And so it doesn't drive home those lessons near as much as playing those guys that can take advantage of you, and they certainly can. So those are things as a young team, it's hard. You're teaching those things. You're teaching that championship culture and not missing an assignment, and you're stressing that as much as you can. But those are lessons that are learned over time and over experience, and that's what we're getting right now.
Kind of like a see, I told you so moment?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes I want to say, look, we talked for an hour Saturday morning about a couple missed box outs and some possessions that turned into us guarding for 45, 60 seconds where we could have secured the ball and moved on to offense. And, we missed a box out early in the game Saturday night. And those are things, we've talked, sometimes you got to touch the hot stove to learn those lessons, and that's kind of where we're at.
2 o'clock today anyway, it looks like you're going to be the only team to play every game in the Summit. Thoughts on that?
I saw that. We talked about that the other night. It's obviously incredibly fortunate, somehow just probably really lucky to be able to be on a scheduled path that didn't get interrupted, not only from ourselves but from anybody else in the league. There's been plenty of cancellations throughout our league. I think it's blind luck that it hadn't touched us.
Development, though, doesn't it? I mean, a young team that plays.
Exactly. The more games we play, the game was probably over Saturday night, Jeff, with 50 seconds to go. It was close to 10, but I was trying to lengthen it out as much as possible just to practice those situations, to be able to advance and call timeout and look at some things. And those are things we're going to need potentially this weekend in the conference tournament and definitely as we move forward next year. So the more live game experience, the more situational basketball that we get to play, the better our team's going to become.
Popular phrase, I think, heading into last weekend was measuring stick, as far as when you got here and then how far has the program come? How close are you to the top of the Summit League, which obviously these two programs are? Where do you see this last week's performance kind of on that scale?
Well, I think, Ross, we've come a really long ways. I don't think there's any denying that. Now, I still feel like we got a ways to go before we're going to be regularly, swapping wins and losses with those guys. But I think we're really close. I think we're just the maturation progress away, and a little bit more time with our young group, and maybe the addition here or there of being able to be that caliber team.
want to see just a good performance these next 2 games to get ready for Sioux Falls.
Well, yeah, that would be, if we can go in, especially at their place for back-to-back games, Dom, and compete like we did this weekend, get them to sweat a little bit at home, and your whole goal going on the road is to be there in the fourth quarter. And with 5-6 minutes to go, can you make the plays to win a game? It'll be obviously a huge test for us going there. They're playing well. They had a great weekend this past weekend. They're healthy. They got a three-headed monster down there that's super tough. But again, that's our opportunity to get better. And hopefully, even if we're playing and we play well, wins or losses, if we can continue to play well, I think that's going to give us momentum going into the conference tournament.